Guys, I'm not even kidding when I say that someone inside prison is finally ready to take out Diddy. And trust me, after you hear this, you'll understand why his whole world is falling apart right now. The man who used to live in luxury mansions is now so desperate and tortured in jail that he's ready to throw some of the biggest names in Hollywood under the bus just to survive. And honestly, I don't blame him after what you're about to hear. What's up, everyone? So if you've been following the Diddy situation like I have, you know things have been crazy. But this prison attack news, this changes absolutely everything about his case. We're not talking about some celebrity drama anymore. We're talking about a man fighting for his life behind bars. I've got leaked audio, insider information, and some seriously disturbing details about what's happening to Diddy right now. And let me tell you, it's way worse than anything we imagined. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Before we dive into the crazy stuff, let me catch you up real quick if you've been living under a rock. Diddy, Sean Combs, is currently locked up on some serious charges. We're talking about witness tampering, violence, and a whole bunch of other stuff that landed him in the Metropolitan Detention Center, also known as MDC. Now, here's the thing that blew my mind. This dude offered the court $50 million for bail. $50 million. And the judge still said no way. That happened on August 4, 2025, and the reason? They think he's too dangerous and might run away or hurt more people. The judge basically looked at Diddy's history of violent behavior and said, nope, you're staying put. And guys, when someone with $50 million can't buy their way out, you know they're in some deep trouble. So now Diddy's been stuck in this place they call hell on earth for almost 6 months, and he might have to stay there for 2 more years before he even gets sentenced. Can you imagine? From private jets to prison cells, that's gotta mess with your head. All right, here's where things get absolutely wild. Remember that leaked audio I mentioned? Well, prosecutors say Diddy was making secret phone calls from jail to people he wasn't supposed to talk to. And I'm about to play you some of that audio right now.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over for the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Now, guys, I have to tell you, this audio hasn't been confirmed as 100% real yet, so take it with a grain of salt. But listen to this conspiracy theory that's been going around about this whole thing. The leaked recordings suggest that Diddy was talking to his son and maybe even Jay-Z from jail. I know, right? Jay-Z. But here's how sneaky this guy was being. He was using special apps and 3-way calls to hide who he was really talking to. And the code words? Oh my God, code words. In these calls, he used phrases like left pizza box and recycling plastic to tell people to get rid of evidence. Like, who even thinks of stuff like that? It sounds like something out of a movie. But here's the craziest part. The government was listening to these calls the whole time. They found out he was using at least 8 other inmates' phone accounts to make these secret calls. 8 different accounts, guys. This man was running a whole operation from inside prison. And because he got caught doing all this witness tampering and threatening people, the judge said absolutely no bail. The man is stuck. And that's when his real nightmare began. Now let me paint you a picture of what Diddy's life looks like right now. And honestly, it's pretty heartbreaking, even for someone who might have done terrible things.
Can you tell us about the food and the commissary in a place like the Federal Detention Center in Brooklyn?
It's a difference. That much I can tell you. You're gonna have a lot of starchy food, cereals. If you get any vegetables at all, they're old, so to speak. They are not fresh. Same fruits and vegetables, no good. A lot of processed food, some rice and beans and muffins and things that generally most people don't like to eat. It's not terribly healthy.
This man has been in jail for almost 6 months, and reports say he's getting super frustrated and upset. Like, can you blame him? He went from having everything to having nothing, and the walls are literally closing in on him. There are stories going around that he had a complete meltdown. We're talking crying and yelling to be let out. And guys, I've seen some of the footage, and it's actually pretty sad to watch, even if you don't like the guy. A former warden said that for someone famous like Diddy, this jail is like hell on earth. And I believe it. This dude was used to living in luxury. Private chefs, expensive cars, beautiful homes. Now he's in a cold, strict, and super tough place. The culture shock alone would drive anyone crazy. But here's where it gets really scary. He's so paranoid that someone might try to poison his food that he's been refusing to eat. Can you imagine being that scared for your life that you won't even eat? The food in federal detention is already described as unhealthy. And with limited opportunities for exercise, this guy's probably wasting away.
Hey, Larry, spill the tea. What are you hearing about Diddy's eating? Well, I got an inside source there at MDC, and if they knew who it was, they'd really plot. When people go into custody, they have anxiety, they're depressed, a lot of things go through their mind, and one of the things they do is they stop eating. Look what happened to Jeff Epstein. I got people every day saying, "You think they're going to Epstein him?" And I go, "Well, I really don't know." Imagine if someone paid someone off on the inside to actually poison his food, give him a heart attack, and he dies. And no one would really think anything of it. So that may be one of the reasons he's not eating. There's a possibility that he wants to go on a kosher diet. It's prepared a little bit differently. It's like it's a religious diet. That could be another aspect as well.
The jail itself has terrible conditions. We're talking freezing cold temperatures and not very clean facilities. For someone who's used to 5-star everything, this has got to be torture. And this is where things get really interesting for us regular people watching this drama unfold. Apparently, Diddy is getting so desperate and tortured in prison that sources say he's ready to name some big names that were involved with his famous parties. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always wondered what really went on at those Diddy parties. We've all heard the rumors and whispers, but if this guy starts talking to save himself, oh man, Hollywood is about to get very messy. The security at MDC jail has been increased because of these threats against him, so clearly someone doesn't want him talking. And that makes me think, what does he know that's so dangerous that people want to silence him permanently? Think about it logically. If you're Diddy right now, what would you do? You're scared, you're isolated, you're facing potentially decades in prison, and people might be trying to hurt you. Wouldn't you start thinking about making deals, about trading information for protection? The psychological pressure has got to be insane. This man went from being one of the most powerful people in the music industry to being completely powerless. And when powerful people become powerless, they sometimes do desperate things. Here's what's really fascinating to me, and I bet you've noticed this too. Most of his famous friends are completely silent, like crickets, radio silent. Nobody's defending him, nobody's speaking up for him. Why do you think that is? I'll tell you why. They're probably scared out of their minds that they might be on some secret tapes or recordings. The lawsuit mentions other famous people, like actor Cuba Gooding Jr., saying he did inappropriate things on Diddy's yacht. And there are claims that many other big celebrities, politicians, and athletes were involved with Diddy's parties. If that's true, and if Diddy has evidence of what went down at those parties, then a lot of very powerful people are probably not sleeping well at night right now. There's also this theory floating around that Diddy might be in trouble because he tried to blackmail a very powerful person. Now, I don't know if that's true, but it would explain why someone might want to take him out in prison. Most of his famous friends are probably worried about their own reputations and are scared they might be on those secret tapes. Can you imagine being a celebrity right now and wondering if Diddy has something on you? That's gotta be terrifying. Other powerful people in the music industry were also named for being at parties where allegedly bad things were happening. So this isn't just about Diddy, this could potentially bring down a whole network of people. So where does this leave us? Well, with so much evidence against him and no chance of getting out of jail soon, Diddy's future looks pretty uncertain. His legal problems are getting worse every day, and he's under more pressure than probably anyone should have to handle. But here's what I keep thinking about. If he really does start naming names to protect himself or get a better deal, this story is going to explode in ways we can't even imagine right now. We could be looking at the biggest Hollywood scandal in decades. And honestly, part of me feels bad for the guy. Even though he might have done terrible things, nobody deserves to live in fear for their life, even in prison. But at the same time, if he really did hurt people, then maybe this is justice finally catching up to him. The whole situation is just so crazy and unpredictable. Every day there's new information, new leaks, new theories. It's like watching a real-life thriller movie, except the consequences are real and people's lives are actually at stake. So that's where we are with the Diddy situation right now. This prison attack threat really does change everything because it shows just how desperate and dangerous things have become for him behind bars. But I want to know what you think. Do you believe Diddy will start naming names to get protection? Like, if you were in his situation, what would you do? And more importantly, what celebrity do you think might be most worried right now about what Diddy might reveal? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I love reading what you guys think about these crazy situations. Your comments always give me new perspectives I hadn't thought of, And listen, if you want to stay updated on this absolutely insane story as it continues to unfold, because trust me, it's far from over, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This case has more twists and turns than a roller coaster, and I'll be here to break it all down for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, where we'll probably have even crazier updates about this whole mess. Stay curious, guys.